What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of Two Guys, One Court. I'm Riley Roberts, and I'm with
Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson. What will we be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about who are the best players to build a young core around, and we're going to be talking about the FIBA World Cup.
So, as we know, we're kind of in a changing era of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, 3-point shots are getting chucked up every single day,
Also, all these people are becoming old heads, like Russ, Harden, Kyrie,
They're all
KD.
entering, they're in their 30s. Some of them are turning 34, 33.
But
by the time Anthony Davis is going to be done with his contract, he's going to be 36.
That's rough. So I think it's important to focus on the new generation, which is honestly probably going to eventually increasingly be international with, we're seeing guys like
Luka
Nikola
Doncic.
Jokic.
It's Nikola Jokic.
Whatever. I say Nikola.
Giannis.
Yeah, all those players. So today, Paul Robinson is going to give me some questions on...
You guys can play at home if you
Yeah, you guys can play at home too, but
Yeah.
he's just going to ask me some questions about new players to start a new franchise because we're in a time where, more young players are going to be acclimated to those number one roles on teams. So what's your first question?
You can tag us on Twitter what your guys' answer is at 2 guys, 1 court.
Yeah, we could also do that then. We just made a lot of social media platforms so we could plug those, and you guys
YouTube
are going to have to follow.
Soon, Apple Music coming soon.
Boom. So
All right.
questions.
All right. Who would you rather build around? SGA or Trae Young?
I mean, SGA's young. Trae
Young's young.
He's a good 3-point shooter, but he's done nothing in the playoffs. He's done nothing. He's shown nothing. He has a team right now.
Bad defense too. So
terrible defense, and it looks like his hair looks like he dropped a lollipop.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter too.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So I would easily take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA.
Yeah, I love that young Thunder team. I love Josh Giddey. That's my Aussie king.
Terrible jump shot.
Terrible. He's a great player, regardless.
Youngest triple-double, right?
Yeah. But I think Shai's gonna have a really good future in the NBA, and I think they're gonna become contenders.
Talking about young talent, no biases right here.
No.
Would you rather build around Luka Doncic or the one and only, quote-unquote, Green Mamba, Jason Tatum? No biases allowed.
I'm in love with Jason Tatum. He's my king, straight from St. Louis. Luka Doncic is great, but his talents led to no prevail. And I understand that he has no help. Now he has Kyrie, but I don't think that relationship's going to properly form because as we saw late last season, they very much struggled together. So I'm going to go with the love of my life, the Green Mamba, Jason Tatum, to start the next franchise.
Wow.
Not only is he an insanely gifted player, he's very talented. He knows how to lead a team.
He's only 19.
Exactly. He is a very young player too. He led these Celtics teams, who were good Celtics teams, but led them to various Eastern Conference Finals and won Finals appearance, which we should have won.
I would have taken Luka Doncic, honestly. I think it's the Mavs. In my opinion. I think the Mavs front office kind of screwed up with the whole Kyrie trade because they have zero defense now. The Mavs are re-signing Christian Wood. He was a great player, and they're not re-signing him.
Yeah, I mean...
32 points per game, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. I don't think you can beat that.
To no prevail, I mean... LeBron James led a terrible team to a championship.
Not a
championship, but finals appearance. But I don't see Luka doing anything. I don't see him doing anything. He plays great, and I think he'll be a lost talent in the Mavericks organization. I honestly think he just needs to leave that mess because I think that organization needs to marinate into something else.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I think Mr. Shark Tank needs to
blow it up.
Blow it up.
Maybe get some draft picks, you just gotta get rid of pretty much all your talent because it's clear you are not making the finals anytime soon. Even with Luka.
You could do what OKC did when you had, like, after that Paul George, Russ, and Melo reign, Steven Adams blew it all up, traded those guys away for picks, and they drafted some great players. And now they have a young core, and they'll probably be going places soon.
100%.
1,000%.
Which leads me to my next question. We're not going to be with the extremely youngsters right here, but would you rather build your franchise around Giannis or Nikola Jokic? New Finals MVP this season, Nikola Jokic.
Okay, this is pretty equal. They're both internationals.
They're both extremely talented.
Extremely talented big men. They both won a championship, Finals MVP, all that stuff. But I can't build the franchise around a person who acts so sluggish, who's literally a clumpy snail on the court.
Mr. I hate basketball.
Mr. I hate basketball. You need to be passionate for the game. I think you should celebrate when you win an NBA championship.
Yeah, me too. I would never lose the Finals MVP trophy. That is a disgrace.
That's a disgrace. I think, they're pretty equally talented.
Let's stop getting personal, but
they're equally talented.
Yeah, but I think it would be easier to build around Giannis.
I'd take Giannis any day.
It's much harder to build a team around a passing big man who can get you 10 assists, but you're gonna have a perfect team to be able to succeed with that type of player. Well, Giannis, he's your signature power forward, 6'11", great build,
very athletic compared to Jokic.
Rebounds perfectly, scores perfectly. He's just what a power forward should be. He's not unique. He is unique, but not unique in how the position should be played.
Exactly.
That's why it's much easier to build a team around him.
So easy. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No other questions?
No. Well, I've heard what I need to hear.
I have one question, though.
Yeah, what?
We're going to go back in time. We're going to forget how old these people are. And let's say, what's some new places that you think, you could say this in the comments or on our social media pages, but I think there's going to be a new franchise team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Where do you think it will be?
You want to say it on the count of 3?
1, 2, 3. Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
You know me so well.
Yeah, Baldhead Silver, Megamind, he's been really talking about a new expansion team, and I think that's what the NBA needs right now. I think it's perfect. I know he looked at a lot of cities. I think the top contending cities are probably
Las Vegas, Seattle, and they were also talking about Mexico City.
Mexico City, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, they're just way too far. Like Vancouver and Toronto, they're they border the U.S.
Yeah, they're very close. Like Toronto, Toronto's really in the mix, and I mean, I don't know how much of interest Mexico City has I mean, sure, there might be a lot of fans the first couple of years, but can they really consistently, do all that? And I think going with going a 3-country sport is a little bit excessive. So I think that Vegas is gonna be welcoming a new team very soon.
Honestly, I feel like the only reason why Canada's in the NBA is because they're pretty much the USA.
Yeah, I'd say so. That the bottom sliver of Canada is basically the U.S.
I mean, they have nice accents and cool money, but other than that,
and I love Drake. Drakey Poo. I'm a very big fan of him. And he's literally built the Toronto Raptors.
100%.
Brick by brick. They're built. Love his talent, all that stuff. Love you, Drakey Poo. Please reply to all my DMs on every single social media, please. I think I also think that Las Vegas is a great place because they also just received a ton of new Like, they have the new NHL team, the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights. I know nothing about hockey.
Me neither.
I thought they were the Aces. Or is that the WNBA team?
No, that's the WNBA team.
I'm surprised you know that.
I'm a man of many inquiries, which some people could say. But now we're going to transition. I have to check the time here. Yeah, we'll transition to... Huh?
Not necessary.
I think that was necessary.
All right.
I think we're going to transition now, talking about the U.S. as a whole, specifically.
Wait. Before we go that, one last one.
What?
I think it's a great question. Who's the best young talent in the league right now?
This might be not the best answer, and he might not be the best person. But I am in love with the talent of Tyrese Haliburton.
I agree.
I love his talent. I think he expresses immaculate potential.
I disagree with the fact that you chose him, but I will be expressing mine. Anthony Edwards.
He's
21, right?
21.
He's 21, averaging 24 points.
He looks like Michael Jordan. He looks like a young Michael Jordan.
I'm
gonna say
that.
I think Shea and Ant will be better than Tyrese Haliburton. I'm just excited what's to come from
Anthony Edwards is just so good.
Yeah.
He has so much potential.
American Eagle.
Imagine his prime.
That's gonna be crazy. I think
he still has like 5 or 6 years left until he reaches his physical prime. I think those years are gonna be beautiful. I think we're looking at a future MVP.
Yeah, I don't know about a championship. The Timberwolves had a very disappointing year.
He has to leave.
Rudy Gobert
punching his teammate.
Yeah, I think
in a play-in game too, which obviously
I'd take championships over scoring titles and MVPs any day. I think he needs to move.
I'd rather take an MVP over a championship.
I'd take a championship over anything. Anything. I think he needs to move. I don't know what destination is for him. I'd love to see him pair with Tyrese Haliburton, but I know that's definitely not going to happen. But I'd love to see...
Who's going to want to go to the Pacers?
Nobody does.
Boring city.
Yeah.
Bad at basketball.
I'm sorry for you guys who are listening, and I know from the millions of views and listeners, there might be some from Indianapolis, and I know that's,
They were only good with Reggie Miller and Paul George.
Yeah, I really loved Paul George's prime, 16 and 17.
What do you mean? 16 and 17? You mean
yes.
18, 19?
16, 17. Those sparks.
That Thunder era with Paul George, though.
I don't know if it was as great as right before he left. When he made the cover of 2K.
Yeah.
A corrupted game. But we can get to that.
We can confirm. I've uninstalled that game.
We can get to that on a different zone, but we're gonna talk about I really don't know anything about this, but the FIBA tournament.
Yeah, the World
International teams colliding. I think
Team Canada is stronger than Team USA.
Well, let's look into it because honestly, I miss the days where USA was number one. Now we might be tied for second or third place.
Yeah, I think international basketball is really taking over. It's
taking over the USA because we used to have, of course, the Dream Team in '92, the Redeem Team in 08 and 12.
Yeah.
Used to have these very big names playing. You had your Michael Jordan, all those people. You had the great Redeem Team with Kobe, LeBron, all those young talents, and then even in 2016, you had KD, LeBron, Curry, all those very, very, very big names. And I understand that the headlines, all those big names in the U.S. for the NBA are aging right now, and we're getting into a new generation. But I think we might be falling off, and I think these players now are going to have to do some real work to get to that number one again.
Well, first, let's check out the rosters for Team USA.
I know USA, we got some headlines of Anthony Edwards,
Tyrese Haliburton,
Jaren Jackson Jr., Cade Cunningham, A lot of young talents.
Let's see who we have. Steve Kerr as the coach.
I'd
say Steve Kerr is one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Steve Kerr, Phil Jackson, phenomenal coaches. But let's get into this roster.
All right, let's see. Jalen Brunson, great talent.
Great. Wonderful point
Anthony
guard.
Edwards, like we said, Tyrese Halliburton.
Beautiful.
AR-15.
AR-15, Austin Reeves.
The white boy.
The white mamba. I'm a little bit confused.
White
about
mamba?
this.
That's Brian Scalabrine.
I know.
Just talking about him.
Maybe the new white mamba. But Brian, you should really join this podcast. I think it would be a great atmosphere. From one Celtics guy to another. We need you.
We have a pretty solid roster, but let's look at Team Canada.
But, yeah, I mean, it's a solid young roster.
Let's see who we have here.
And we have Walker Kessler, which is a surprise to me.
Surprisingly good rookie.
But I think the team could be too young and unexperienced. But this also sets the precedent for a possible redeem team in the future. Maybe 2024, 2028, where we struggle now, but then we overcome these obstacles and eventually we'll be on top later. Did we find the Canada team? I know Shea's going to be on that.
I don't think SGA is going to be able to lead the team well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just going to say it.
Wow. You are disrespecting, my best friend. I don't think, why can he not lead the team?
I just don't think he has enough experience as a leader.
I think all these teams are going to be inexperienced, especially the U.S. team. There's a lot of, because we're changing generation, we're changing from these eras and we're in the middle right now.
I mean, they do have a pretty good team. We got SGA, obviously.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett.
He kind of struggled,
Murray.
But I love
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray showed
insane playoff performance.
Yeah, and
Shea Brissett, best base in 2K.
Yeah, but I see a little picture here that I don't love. Do you want to explain who he is?
He was just cut from the Grizzlies.
He belongs in Shanghai Sharks.
For a very good reason.
He's going to remain nameless. I think he's on the Rockets now.
Yeah. Terrible contract.
He should never be named again. He belongs. He should be playing in China.
Yes. I agree.
But, I mean,
I hate saying this, but he is a great defender.
You should hate saying it. I don't know why you brought that up. There's no reason why we should be complimenting his play. He's the person who talks trash when he's up 25 and there's 0.1 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
Only real winners talk trash when they're down. That's how MJ, that's how the Green Mamba, my king, Jason Tatum, that's how we're made. But talking in this little frame, I think it's important as we shift from eras. We're ending this wonderful era of LeBron, Curry, KD, Kyrie Harden, Russ.
Westbrook.
On the same page, jeez. But I think we're ending that era, and I think it's important to acknowledge who will dominate or who won't dominate in this upcoming era.
Who won't dominate?
Yes, I think...
Watch all the bad players right now.
Well, that's a very thoughtful thought, but I think we saw Cavs Warriors through this past era.
Yeah.
I think nothing like that will happen again.
Yeah, that's probably one of the greatest rivalries in basketball history.
Franchise teams will be dead. We saw, a huge stretch of the Celtics with Bill Russell, all these, back-to-back championships, whatever. We saw the double three-peats with Jordan, the little Pistons reign, all those teams.
Kobe and Shaq
Lakers, that three-peat, right? Yeah. But I really don't think that anything like that will happen again. We're seeing a ton of young talents. And I think there might be some similar teams who will be winning multiple championships, but the talent is spread out.
Yeah.
And I think there's not a clear dominator that we can see right now. Of course, the top players in this new era would probably be Nikola Jokic. Definitely Giannis. Definitely Jason Tatum.
Luka
Doncic.
Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
Honestly, I feel like Embiid's kind of a fraud after this season.
I think he's a fraud.
Oh, we forgot one person from Kawhi. We forgot about him.
Kawhi.
And Paul George, too. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, Kawhi and Paul George. And Chris Paul. Your love.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, honestly, I don't think the 76ers are going to win a championship.
The 76ers are complete frauds.
Trust the process. No, I'm not. Markel Fultz.
Trusted it for a while. Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons.
Why does Simmons always make these things in the offseason like he's coming back better than ever? Like there's a video.
But then he's just not.
He's not. I think it's time to come to the conclusion that they're just not going to make it.
I don't know. I really hate hating on Ben, but
yeah,
I think at one point you have to. Yeah.
You have some Asian. I mean, you have who's that? The good point guard on the 76ers.
Tyrese Maxey.
He's a good talent, but I think Harden's he's getting old.
Yeah.
He's part of that old era now. Embiid's aging as he gets out in all these playoffs, second round exit for years now. And I think, they try to make these changes. You recently got Harden, but that doesn't really change anything. The Green Mamba, the Celtics are still going to take over the league. I promise you, they're still going to make a difference. And I think it's really important to recognize that. Yeah, so I don't know about these 76ers. But I think, and I'm praying that the Celtics can really make a run because, especially Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, those are two very, very good
talented players.
Young talents.
One just signed the biggest contract in NBA history. Yeah. One that might not have been deserving, but he got the bag.
He did.
He got the bag.
I'm not super happy about that, but I think these contracts are going to exponentially grow. I
think we're gonna get a huge contract next season.
We might get $400 million in a couple years.
Yeah.
$500 million. You're gonna see billions soon.
The NBA does rack a lot of money.
You're gonna see billions.
Speaking of money, we might be setting up a Patreon, or we could set up the subscriber option.
We could. But, there's going to be a lot of money coming through, and I think this new generation is really going to take advantage of that. I don't know if inflation can move as fast as how much the NBA is spending money.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
I think they should
I don't appreciate the size, but I'd like to keep...
hot take alert.
Yes,
I think the WNBA might be needing to drop.
Really?
I don't know. They've been making headlines with that brand new 10,000 points. I don't really know much about it, but they're losing the NBA millions of dollars each year.
That's true.
I think that if they can't pick up the pace with their profits in the next 5 years, I think the WNBA is done.
That is a very bold statement.
Or should be done.
I think as we know, fan base is.
I'm not hating on the WNBA players.
Yeah, there's great talents
I just don't think that it's worth losing all this money for the NBA. The NBA is $1 billion franchise, but they're just losing so much.
We need more money to pay the Kings. That's what it's going to come down to.
I don't feel like they'd be losing much by losing the money for the WNBA, especially because it picks up a whole new generation of people. But I don't think that it's worth keeping them.
Yeah, you guys heard it first. The WNBA is over, according to Riley Roberts and
Paul Robinson. You really forgot my name right there.
We've had a lot of names spinning around in my head right now. Honestly, my brain is going to explode. It's a little bit maxed out. But you know what else should explode? Our followers, please. We made all these accounts. 2 guys, 1 court. Any variation of that, our logo. We're on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Threads.
All that. Yeah.
Brand new Instagram app.
Instagram, please, if you want to send us money, we'll gladly accept it.
Yes, but just know you don't have to. But
you don't have to. I just appreciate that you listen to the podcast and really understand that what we're saying is legitimate.
Yeah,
and we are predicting the future. This is two guys, one court.
And we will see you guys next week with episode 3.
Episode 3. Get ready. It's going to be insane. We all know it. Yeah. Adios, muchachos.
Bye.